on behalf of the Supreme Master is unaffected by profit and loss. He simply discharges his duty faithfully in terms of the order of the Lord. Now, one may argue that Arjuna was acting under the personal direction of Krishna. But when Krishna is not present, how should one act? If one acts according to the direction of Krishna in this book, as well as under the guidance of the representative of Krishna, meaning the devotee, then the result will be the same. The Sanskrit word matpara is very important in this verse. It indicates that one has no goal in life save and except acting in Krishna consciousness just to satisfy Krishna. And while working in that way, one should think of Krishna only. I have been appointed to discharge this particular duty by Krishna. While acting in such a way, one naturally has to think of Krishna. This is the perfect Krishna consciousness. One should, however, note that after doing something whimsically, he should not offer the result to the Supreme Lord. That sort of duty is not in the devotional service of Krishna consciousness. One should act according to the order of Krishna. This is a very important point. That order of Krishna comes through the disciplic succession from the bona fide spiritual master. Therefore, the spiritual master's order should be taken as the prime duty of life. If one gets a bona fide spiritual master and acts according to his direction, then one's perfection of life and Krishna consciousness is guaranteed. Text number 58. Matchita sarva durgani mat prasadat tadishyasi atachetvam ahankaram na sosyasi vinashyasi. If you become conscious of me, Krishna says, you will pass over all the obstacles of conditioned life by my grace. If, however, you do not work in such consciousness, but act through false ego, not hearing me, you will be lost. Okay, I guess we're going to have Arti, right? Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Ram, Ram Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Rama Rama, Bolo Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Rama, Hare Hare. Govinda Jaya Jaya, Gopala Jaya Jaya, 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 Radha Ramana Hari, Govinda Jaya Jaya, Radha Ramana Hari, Govinda Jaya. Bolo Radha Ramana Hari, Govinda Jaya Jaya, Manahari Govinda Jaya. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Hare. Bolo Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Govinda Jaya Jaya, Gopala Jaya Jaya, Govinda Jaya Jaya, Gopala Jaya. Govinda Jaya Jaya, Gopala Jaya Jaya. Govinda Jaya Jaya, Gopala Jaya Jaya. Jaya Gopala Jaya. Bolo Radha Ramana Hari, Govinda Jaya Jaya. Ramana Hari, Govinda Jaya Jaya. Radha Ramana Hari, Govinda Jaya Jaya. Hari Govinda Jaya Jaya. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Ram. Bolo Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare. Govinda Jaya Jaya, Gopala Jaya Jaya, Govinda Jaya Jaya, Gopala Jaya. Govinda Jaya Jaya, Gopala Jaya Jaya. Radha Ramana Hari, Govinda Jaya Jaya. Manahari Govinda Jaya. Bolo Radha Ramana Hari, Govinda Jaya Jaya. Manahari Govinda Jaya. Radha Ramana Hari, Govinda Jaya Jaya. Ramana Hari, Govinda Jaya. Hari Bol, Hari Bol, Hari Bol, Hari Bol. Shri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda, Shri Advaita Chandra Jaya Gaura Bhakta Vrinda. Shri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda, Shri Advaita Chandra Jaya Gaura Bhakta Vrinda. Shri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda, Shri Advaita Chandra Jaya Gaura Bhakta Vrinda. Gaura Bhakta Vinda, Gaura Bhakta Vinda. Gaura Bhakta Vinda, Gaura Bhakta Vinda. Hari Bol, Hari Bol, Hari Bol, Hari Bol. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Raghupati Raghava Raja Ram, Patita Pavana Sita Ram. 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 Sita Ram, Sita Ram, Jai Sita Ram, Sita Ram. Sita Ram, Sita Ram, Jai Sita Ram, Sita Ram. Sita Ram, Sita Ram, Jai Sita Ram, Sita Ram. Sita Ram, Sita Ram, Jai Sita Ram, Sita Ram. Sita Ram, Sita Ram, Sita Ram, Sita Ram. Sita Ram, Sita Ram, Sita Ram, Sita Ram. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Rama, Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Ram. Hey bolo Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Ram Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Rama, Hare. Bolo Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Rama, Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Rama, Hare. Govinda Jaya Jaya, Gopala Jaya Jaya, Jaya Jaya Gopala Jaya Jaya. Govinda Jaya Jaya, Gopala Jaya Jaya, Govinda Jaya Jaya, Gopala Jaya Jaya. Radha Hari, Govinda Jaya Jaya, Radha Hari, Govinda Jaya Jaya. Radha Hari, Govinda Jaya Jaya, Radha Govinda Jaya. Radhe 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 Radhe. Krishna 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 Krishna. Hey! Krishna 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 Krishna. Krishna 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 Hey Krishna 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 Hey Rama Raghava Rama Raghava Rama Raghava Rakshamam Rama Raghava Rama Raghava Rama Raghava Rakshamam Krishna Keshava Krishna Keshava Krishna Keshava Pahimam Krishna Keshava Krishna Keshava Krishna Keshava Pahimam Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Ram Ram Rama Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare 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 Ram Rama Rama Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare 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 Ram Ram Rama Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare 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 Ram 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 Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare Hare Bolo Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare 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 Krishna Krishna Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare 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 Ram Rama Rama Hare Hare Bolo Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Ram Rama Rama Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare Hare Radhupati Raghava Raja Ram Patita Pavana Sitaram, Raghupati Raghava Raja Ram, Patita Pavana Sitaram. Bolo Raghupati Raghava Raja Ram, Patita Pavana Sitaram, Raghupati Raghava Raja Ram, Patita Pavana Sitaram. Sitaram Jaya Sitaram, Sitaram Jaya Sitaram, Sitaram Jaya Sitaram, Sitaram Jaya Sitaram, Sitaram Sitaram Jaya Sitaram, Sitaram. Sitaram, 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 Sitaram. Sitaram, 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 Sitaram. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Rama, Hare Hare. Bolo Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Rama, Hare Hare. Bolo Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Rama, Hare Hare. Bolo Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Rama, Hare Hare. Krishna Hare Krishna, Krishna Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Rama. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Hare Hare. Krishna Hare Krishna, Krishna Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Hare Hare. Radhe 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 Radhe. Radhe 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 Radhe. Krishna 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 Krishna, hey. Krishna 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 Krishna, Rakshamam. Krishna 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 Krishna, Pahimam. Rama Raghava Rama Raghava Rama Raghava Rakshamam. Krishna Keshava Krishna Keshava Krishna Keshava, Pahimam. Hare Krishna Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna Hare Hare, Hare Rama Hare Rama, Rama Rama Hare Hare, Hare Krishna Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna Hare Hare, Hare Rama 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 Hare Hare, Hari Bol Hari Bol Hari Bol Hari Bol. Hari Bol Hari Bol Hari Bol Hari Bol. Hari Bol Hari Bol Hari Bol Hari Bol. Haribol, 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 Haribol. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Rama, Hare Hare. Bolo Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare. Hey Bolo Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Ram Ram, Hare Hare, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Ram Ram, Hare Hare, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Rama, Ram Rama, Hare Hare. Bolo Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Krishna 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 Krishna, hey! Krishna 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 Krishna, Rakshamam. Krishna 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 Krishna, Pahimam. Rama Raghava Rakshamam. Krishna Kesava Krishna Kesava, Pahimam. Radhe 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 Radhe. Krishna 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 Krishna. Radhe 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 Radhe. Krishna 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 Krishna. Hare Krishna Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare. Hare Rama Hare Rama O Rama Rama Hare Hare. Hare Krishna Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare. Hare Rama Hare Rama 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 Hare Hare. Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare. Hare Rama Hare Rama 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 Hare Hare. Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare. Hare Rama 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 Hare Hare. Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare. Hare Rama 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 Hare Hare. Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare. Hare Ram 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 Hare Hare. Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare. Hare Rama 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 Hare Hare. Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare. Hare Rama Ram Rama Hare Hare. Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare. Hare Rama Ram Rama Hare Hare. Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare. Hare Ram Ram Rama Hare Hare. Hari Bol Hari Bol Hari Bol Hari Bol. Hari Bol Hari Bol Hari Bol Hari Bol. Radhe 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 Radhe. Krishna 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 Krishna. Hari Bol Hari Bol Hari Bol Hari Bol. Prabhupada 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 Prabhupada. Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare. Hare Rama 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 Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare. Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare. Radhe 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 Radhe. Krishna 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 Krishna. Hare Krishna Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Nitai Gaura Premanandi ki jai, Srila Prabhupada ki jai, Hare Krishna Mahamantra ki jai, Gaura Premanandi, Haribo, Haribo, Jayom Vishnupad, Paramahansa Pararajagachas, Tatara Satara Shishi Shimad, His Divine Grace, A.C. Bhaktivedanta Goswami Maharaj, Srila Prabhupada ki jai. Anantakoti Vaishnavindi ki jai, Namacharya, Srila Haridas Thakur ki jai, Prem Sikaho, Shri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda, Sri Advaita Gadadhar Srivasti Gaura Bhaktivinoda ki jai, Gaura Premanandi ki jai, Hare Krishna Mahamantra ki jai, Srila Prabhupada ki jai, Gaura Premanandi, Haribol. Hare Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Ram Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Ram Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Rama, Ram Rama, Hare Jai. Srila Prabhupada ki jai. So tonight we are hearing from the Bhagavad Gita as it is by His Divine Grace A.C. Bhaktivedanta Swami Srila Prabhupada. And we're reading from the Bhagavad Gita as it is, chapter 18 and text number 57. And you can repeat after me. When one acts in Krishna consciousness, he does not act as the master of the world. Just like a servant, one should act fully under the direction of the Supreme Lord. A servant has no individual independence. He acts only on the order of the master. A servant acting on behalf of the Supreme Master is unaffected by profit and loss. He simply discharges his duty faithfully in terms of the order of the Lord. Now, one may argue that Arjuna was acting under the personal direction of Krishna. But when Krishna is not present, how should one act? If one acts according to the directions of Krishna in this book, as well as under the guidance of the representative of Krishna, then the result will be the same. The Sanskrit word matpara is very important in this verse. It indicates that one has no goal in life save and except acting in Krishna consciousness, just to satisfy Krishna. And while working in that way, one should think of Krishna only. I have been appointed to discharge this particular duty by Krishna. While acting in such a way, one naturally has to think of Krishna. This is perfect Krishna consciousness. One should, however, note that after doing something whimsically, he should not offer the results to the Supreme Lord Krishna. That sort of duty is not in the devotional service of Krishna consciousness. One should act according to the order of Krishna. This is a very important point. That order of Krishna comes to the disciplic succession from the bona fide spiritual master. Therefore, the spiritual master's order should be taken as the prime duty of life. If one gets a bona fide spiritual master and acts according to his direction, then one's perfection of life in Krishna consciousness is guaranteed. Text 58. Matchita sarva durgani mat prasada tarishyasi atachetvam ahankaram asosyasi minasyasi. If you become conscious of me meaning Krishna, of course, you will pass over all the obstacles of conditional life. by my grace. If, however, you do not work in such consciousness, but act through false ego, not hearing me, you will be lost. Purport by His Divine Grace, A.C. Bhaktivedanta Swami Prabhupada. A person in full Krishna consciousness is not unduly anxious about executing the duties of his existence. The foolish cannot understand this great freedom from all anxiety. For one who acts in Krishna consciousness, Lord Krishna becomes the most intimate friend. He always looks after his friend's comfort. He gives himself to his friend, who is so devotedly engaged, working 24 hours a day to please the Lord. Therefore, no one should be carried away by the false ego of the bodily concept of life. One should not falsely think himself independent of the laws of material nature, or free to act. He is under strict material laws. But as soon as he acts in Krishna consciousness, he is liberated, free from the material perplexities. One should note very carefully, one who is not active in Krishna consciousness is losing himself in the material whirlpool, in the ocean of birth and death. No conditional soul actually knows what is to be done and what is not to be done. But a person who acts in Krishna consciousness is free to act because everything is prompted by Krishna from within and confirmed by the spiritual master outside. Text 59. Yad ahankaram asritya na loksya iti manyase mityasa vyavasayaste pakritistvam niyokshayat. If you do not act according to my direction and do not fight, then you will be falsely directed. By your nature, you will have to be engaged in warfare. Purport by His Divine Grace, A.C. Bhaktivedanta Swami Prabhupada Ki Jai. Arjuna was a military man and born of the nature of the Kshatriya. Therefore, his natural duty was to fight. But due to false ego, he was fearing that by killing his teacher, his grandfather, and friends, he would incur sinful reactions. Actually, he was considering himself master of his actions, as if he were directing the good and bad habits of such work. He forgot that the Supreme Personality of Godhead was present there, instructing him to fight. That is the forgetfulness of the conditioned soul. The Supreme Personality gives directions as to what is good and what is bad. And one simply has to act in Krishna consciousness to attain the perfection of life. No one can ascertain his destiny as the Supreme Lord can. Therefore, the best course is to take direction from the Supreme Lord and act. No one should neglect the order of the Supreme Personality of Godhead or the order of the Spiritual Master, who is the representative of God. One should act unhesitatingly to execute the order of the Supreme Personality of Godhead. That will keep one safe under all circumstances. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Text number 60. Swabhava Jena Kwanteya Nabad Daha Srena Karmana Kartum Net Chasi Yan Mohat Karishyasi Avaso Pitat. Under illusion, you are now declining to act according to my direction. But, compelled by the work born of your own nature, you will act all the same. O son of Kunti. Purport by His Divine Grace, A.C. Bhaktivedanta Swami Prabhupada. If one refuses to act under the direction of the Supreme Lord, then he is compelled to act by the modes in which he is situated. Everyone is under the spell of a particular combination of the modes of nature. And in acting in that way, but anyone who voluntarily engages himself under the direction of the Supreme Lord becomes glorious. Text 61. Ishvara sarvabhutanam herde se rajunatistati Brahmayan sarvabhutani yantra rudrani mayaya. The Supreme Lord is situated in everyone's heart, O Arjuna, and is directing the wanderings of all living entities who are seated as on a machine made of the material energy. Purport by His Divine Grace, A.C. Bhaktivedanta Swami Prabhupada. Arjuna was not the supreme knower, and his decision to fight or not to fight was confined to his limited discretion. Lord Krishna instructed that the individual is not all in all. The Supreme Personality of Godhead, or he himself, Krishna, as the localized supersoul, sits in the heart, directing the living being. After changing bodies, the living entity forgets his past deeds, but the supersoul, as the knower of the past, present, and future, remains the witness of all his activities. Therefore, all the activities of living entities are directed by this supersoul. The living entity gets what he deserves and is carried by the material body, which is created in the material energy under the direction of the supersoul. As soon as a living entity is placed in a particular type of body, he has to work under the spell of that bodily situation. A person seated in a high-speed motor car goes faster than one seated in a slower car. Though the living entities, the drivers, may be the same. Similarly, by the order of the Supreme Soul, material nature fashions a particular type of body to a particular type of living entity, so that he may work according to his past desires. The living entity is not independent. One should not think himself independent of the Supreme Personality of Godhead. The individual is always under the Lord's control. Therefore, one's duty is to surrender. And that is the injunction of the next verse. Tameva sarvam gacha sarvabhavena bharata tat prasadat param santim stanam prapsyasi sasvatam. O scion of Bharata, surrender unto him utterly. By Krishna's grace, you will attain transcendental peace and the supreme and eternal abode. Purport by His Divine Grace, A.C. Bhaktivedanta Swami Prabhupada. A living entity should therefore surrender unto the Supreme Personality of Godhead, who is situated in everyone's heart, and that will relieve him from all kinds of miseries of this material existence. By such surrender, not only one be released from all miseries in this life, but at the end, he will reach the Supreme God, Krishna. The transcendental world is described in the Vedic literature. Rig Veda as Tad Vishnu Paramam Padam, since all creation is the kingdom of God, everything material is actually spiritual. But Paramam Padam specifically refers to the eternal abode, which is called the spiritual sky, or Vaikunta. In the 15th chapter in Bhagavad Gita, it is stated, Sarvasya Chaham Redi Sanivista. The Lord is seated in everyone's heart. So this recommendation that one should surrender unto the Supersoul sitting within means that one should surrender unto the Supreme Personality of Godhead, Krishna. Krishna has already been accepted by Arjuna as the Supreme. He was accepted in the 10th chapter as Param Brahma, Param Dhamma. Arjuna has accepted Krishna as the Supreme Personality of Godhead and the supreme abode of all living entities. Not only because of his personal experience, but also because of the evidence of great authorities like Narada, Asita, Devala, and Vyasa. Text 63. Itite jnanam akyatam guyat guyataram maya grim yaitad asesena yatechasi tata kuru. Thus I have explained to you knowledge still more confidential. Deliberate on this fully, and then do what you wish to do. And then do what you wish to do. The Lord has already explained to Arjuna, knowledge still more confidential. Deliberate on this fully. Deliberate on this fully. And then do what you wish to do. You see, now Krishna is not forcing anyone to do something. He's giving you all different possibilities, but he's not forcing you to follow one or another. It's up to you to make a decision. Once you make the decision, then Krishna will protect you and guide you in every way possible. But you have to make that decision to follow Krishna's instructions or not to follow him. So you always have two possibilities in spiritual life. One, to follow Krishna always. Or two, to ignore Krishna always. So if you follow Krishna always, you become a devotee. And if you ignore Krishna always, you become a demon. So it's up to you, it's up to us, what we want to do and what we want to attain. Text 63. Ite te jnanam akyartam guyat guyataram mamaya visrim yaitad asisena yatechasi tata guru. This is like good poetry, see? It's very nice. Thus I have explained to you knowledge still more confidential. Deliberate on this fully. and then do what you wish to do. Translation. Thus I have explained to you knowledge still more confidential. Deliberate on this fully, and then do what you wish to do. See, now Krishna never forces anybody. He gives everybody all the different possibilities. Then it's up to us to decide whether we want to follow Krishna's good instructions or we want to reject Krishna's bad instructions. It's up to us. That much is in our hand. But as soon as we accept to follow Krishna, then we have to follow all of his instructions. And he's very kind. He will lead us back to Godhead, where there's no more birth, death, old age, and disease. You'll be always happy in the spiritual world, in the association of wonderful devotees, and having nice prasadam all the time, and there are no demons. You hear about the demons in the spiritual world, but they're never present physically. They only hear about them. Whereas here, there's more demons than good people here. And they're very dangerous, very, very dangerous. Yeah. So, we have a chance to be educated in Krishna consciousness by coming to the temple and hearing the classes and chanting and dancing especially, and even more, having very nice Krishna prasadam, and of course hearing the lectures given by the devotees. If we develop a taste for this hearing and chanting and dancing and eating, that means that we will become purified and Krishna conscious very, very quickly. We should take this seriously. Who wants to die over and over again in the material world? We have an eternal soul, but the eternal soul who rejects hearing or serving Krishna will always take birth and death, birth and death, birth and death, birth and death, in different types of bodies. We've already gone through 800 million different bodies. And now we have come to the human body, which is very rare and very, the only body in which we can understand who Krishna is and eventually be liberated and go back to the spiritual world, Vaikuntha, in our spiritual body. So, if we come, after coming through all the 8 million species of life, and now we're in the human form of life, we should be very careful not to make any mistake by forgetting Krishna. We should be very serious to always follow Krishna's instructions and work very seriously with the devotees to chant Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Listen to the classes given by genuine devotees. Come with us on Harinam Sankirtan in the streets of not only Sammamish, but other parts of the local areas, and also engage in our what you would call festivals. Our festivals are fun, and we usually get between 10 to 20,000 people that come to the festivals. So we should take, we need a lot of volunteers. It takes at least almost 500 volunteers to have a good organization for the festivals, because A lot of people come. Usually, a smaller festival would be between 500 to 1,000 devotees or people. But the bigger festivals, you'll have 20,000 people coming to our festivals. Huh? That's right, 20,000. Yeah. Even 25,000. Even 30,000. Okay, so now I'm going to give you a chance to ask a question. Are there any questions anyone would like to ask? Don't be afraid to ask a question. Why? Because you might learn something. That's why. So, going once, are there any questions or comments? Any questions or comments? Don't be afraid to ask a question or make a comment. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare. Now
Hare Krishna.
Okay, yes, Prabhu, you have a question
Yeah.
or a comment?
Question, Maharaj. Maharaj, you are reading very nicely where Srila Prabhupada is explaining in the purport that those who are sincere, Krishna will guide them, and also spiritual master for spiritual progress. So, how do we, what are the things we should do? What are the efforts that we should put so that Krishna really guides us and Guru guides us, not our mind, we are guided correctly and not whimsically?
Thank you for that question. That's a very good question. Number one thing, chant Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. This chanting of the Hare Krishna Mahamantra is absolutely necessary if you want to make spiritual advancement, because you're reciting the names of the Lord. There's 3 words to this mantra: Hare Krishna and Rama. So, if you chant this mantra every day, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, you're associating with Krishna and Rama. That means you're in the best Sangha. You can't ask for any better association. And Krishna will take a special interest in you because you are chanting his holy names every day. And he'll protect you. He will guide you to not make any mistakes. And he will also direct you to always remain in the association of devotees, and you'll be protected by the mercy of Krishna. So we should take this very seriously. This hearing and chanting is the way to make spiritual progress. Hearing and chanting. We hear about Krishna and we chant about Krishna. That is the way we actually learn. Now, the materialists also hear and chant. But they hear nonsense and they chant nonsense. And that's because they are nonsense. If you want to be a nonsense person, just avoid Krishna consciousness completely and chant mundane things and hear mundane things and become completely mundane. But we don't want to become mundane. We want to become devotees. A devotee is a person who has made a serious and conscious decision to use this body and intelligence to serve God. And God is Krishna, the Supreme Personality of Godhead. And serving him is very easy. You don't have to be a very intelligent person or a very powerful person or whatever. All you have to do is be a humble devotee and chant. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare. You'll be better than all the other so-called meditators or the other people that are engaging in different types of tapasya. Our tapasya is chanting, dancing, and feasting. That's the best tapasya. Chanting Hare Krishna, chanting, dancing for Krishna, and having nice prasadam. And that means you're blessed by Krishna. That's the real perfection of spiritual life. Chanting, dancing, and feasting for Krishna. Now, materialists are also chanting, dancing, and feasting, but it's not for Krishna. It's for their crazy nonsense dancing and chanting and eating all kinds of horrible things. Right? The most horrible thing that they eat is nyakmum. You ever hear nyakmum? Nyakmum, they get a big fish, right? And they kill it, of course. And then they put it in the sun. They hang it by some kind of string. And they leave it in the sun for like, I don't know, at least 100 days. And at the end, it stinks like anything because the dead fish. But they take that dead fish after it's been hung like that, and they don't eat it right away. They try to, while the fish, that dead fish was hanging, they collected all the drops from the fish's body. And that fish liquid, which stinks really bad, they boil it and they use that as their ketchup. So whatever they eat, they put that on. They can eat a sandwich, they can eat anything, just some, bread or whatever. They always put that stinking and very, very horrible smelling, liquid of the dead fish. They don't eat the dead fish. They keep the dead fish somewhere where they catch all the liquids of the fish, and then they use that liquid, which stinks and is horrible, for ketchup. So people have ketchup, right? But they use the dead liquid of that fish for their ketchup. It's completely horrible, and you can smell it far away. And anyone who eats that or uses that, when they say hi, the smell of the dead fish comes right into your face. So it's really terrible. But they think it's good. You see, that's called ignorance. They think eating something rotten and old and moldy is good. See? But devotees, they only eat things that are shastric and clean and fresh. But the demons, they eat rotten things that smell bad, and in order to digest that horrible type of food, they have to drink liquor to try and digest it. Right? So you see how stupid people have become. So many people. And by the way, if let's say if you go to the store now, years ago, they were not selling liquor in the stores. There was no liquor. Now, they have, big, tray, big, number of liquor being sold in the stores. It's amazing. I can't believe it. And by the way, it was forbidden in the maybe 20, 30 years ago. It was forbidden to sell liquor in the stores. You'd have to go to the government store to buy the liquor. Now everybody's selling liquor. Now everyone is selling marijuana. Marijuana used to be forbidden. Now everyone's selling marijuana. So you see how little by little the culture is becoming more and more nasty, and people are not interested in God at all. Okay, so we are on the opposite track. Chanting, dancing, and feasting, and glorifying Krishna, the Supreme Personality of Godhead, and not eating junk, and not eating horrible things like nyakmam and other horrible fishes and things like that. We only eat things that are at the most 5 or 10 hours. Nothing more than that. Yeah. Okay. So, any questions? Any questions anyone would like to ask, or any confessions anyone wants to make about what they eat?
Maharaj?
Yes.
So Maharaj, though the statement which says yatha ichhasi tatha kuru.
Yeah.
Doing that, we have we are actually confusing even in our material duties, we have, let's say, we are facing material confusions, what decisions to make in our not spiritual life but material life, regarding job, marriage, or any kind of personal problems. Can we take those kind of problems to the spiritual master?
Of course. Yes. The spiritual master is always there to help the devotee. Whether he's male or female, doesn't matter. So without the help of the spiritual master, we can make a lot of mistakes. But with the spiritual, if we always, before we make a decision, go to the spiritual master and ask him, should I do this or should I not do this? Therefore, if you don't have a spiritual master, of course, you don't have that type of help, and you can make mistakes, sometimes very, very serious mistakes. There was this one lady was talking to me, and she said, when I got married, I thought my husband was Krishna. After 3 months, I realized he was not Krishna. He was a demon. So that's a horrible mistake, isn't it? Not knowing how to understand who is good and who is not good, or who is good sometimes and not always good sometimes. So we should always have the help of bona fide spiritual master. That way, it'll help us to avoid making what you would call disastrous decisions in our life. That way, we'll be happy, and we can chant Hare Krishna and not have any anxiety, fear, or any type of what you you would call sorriness for making mistakes. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare. Any other questions or comments? Any other questions or comments? Don't be afraid to ask a question. So we can chant a little bit until someone wants to ask the question. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare. Okay, I have something to say here. The Supreme Lord, Krishna, is situated in everyone's heart. This is chapter 18, verse number 61. Ishvara sarvabhutanam hridde sedrajuna tistati brahmayan sarvabhutani yantri rudrani mayaya. The Supreme Lord is situated in everyone's heart, O Arjuna, and is directing the wanderings of all living entities who are seated on a machine made of the material energy. Purport by His Divine Grace, A.C. Bhaktivedanta Swami Prabhupada. Arjuna was not the supreme knower, and his decision to fight or not to fight was confined to his limited discretion. Lord Krishna instructed that the individual is not all in all. The Supreme Personality of Godhead, or He Himself, Krishna, as the localized Supersoul, sits in the heart, directing the living being. After changing bodies, the living entity forgets his past deeds, but the Supersoul, as the knower of the past, present, and future, remains the witness of all the person's activities. Therefore, all the activities of living entities are directed by this Supersoul. The living entity gets what he deserves and is carried by the material body, which is created in the material energy under the direction of the Supersoul. As soon as a living entity is placed in a particular type of body, he has to work under the spell of that bodily situation. A person seated in a high-speed motor car goes faster than one seated in a slower car, though the living entities, the drivers, may be the same. Similarly, by the order of the Supreme Soul, material nature fashions a particular type of body to a particular type of living entity so that he or she may work accordingly to his past desires. The living entity is not independent. One should not think himself independent of the Supreme Personality of Godhead. The individual is always under the Lord's control. Therefore, one's duty is to surrender. But surrender to Krishna. Don't surrender to some nonsense person. Surrender to Krishna. And that is the injunction of the next verse, which says, Tameva saranam gacha sarvabhavena bharata tat prasadat param santyam stanam prapsyasi sasvatam. O scion of Bharata, Arjuna, surrender unto him utterly, him meaning Krishna. By his grace, you will attain the transcendental peace and the supreme and eternal abode. Now you see, this verse is very important verse. If you want to have peace and calm and happiness in your life, it says, a living entity should therefore surrender unto the Supreme Personality of Godhead, who is situated in everyone's heart, and that will relieve him or her from all kinds of miseries of this material existence. By such surrender, not only will one be released from all miseries in this life, but at the end, he will reach the Supreme God. The transcendental world is described in the Vedic literature, Rig Veda, Tad Vishnu Paramam Padam. Since all of creation is the kingdom of God, everything material is actually spiritual. But Paramam Padam specially refers to the eternal abode, which is called the spiritual sky or Vaikuntha. In the 15th chapter of Bhagavad Gita, it is stated, Sarvasya Chaham Hridi Sanivista. The Lord is seated in everyone's heart. So this recommendation that one should surrender unto the Supreme, unto the Super Soul, sitting within means that one should surrender unto the Supreme Personality of Godhead, Krishna. Krishna has already been accepted by Arjuna as the Supreme. He was accepted in the 10th chapter as Param Brahma, Param Dhamma. Arjuna was accepted, Krishna, as the Supreme Personality of Godhead and the supreme abode of all living entities, not only because of his personal experience, but also because of the evidence of great authorities like Narada, Asita, Devala, and Vyasa. That is wonderful. Wonderful information. I'll read one more thing. Itite jnanam akyayatam kuyat guyataram maya. Vim risyaitad asesena yatachchasi tatakuru. That was what you were saying, right? Yatachchasi tatakuru. Thus, I have explained to you knowledge still more confidential. Deliberate on this fully, and then do what you wish to do. You see, Krishna never will force us to do anything. He'll explain to us all possibilities, but it's up to you to decide which way to go. You always have that possibility to make the decision that you think is right for you. However, the best decision is to surrender to Krishna. Now, let's talk about surrendering. That word for most people is frightening, to think they have to surrender to someone. That means they could be like a slave, or they could surrender to some person who is mean and nasty. So the word surrender often frightens people, because they think, oh, if I surrender, then I have to give everything I have to this person. And I don't want to do that. Jai Shri Shri Radha Nila Madhava Ki Jai. But everybody has to surrender to someone. Let's say you have a dog. You'll end up surrendered to the dog. the dog, you'll be walking down the street with the dog, and then the dog stops and pees. You have to wait till he finishes peeing. And then the dog goes a little farther, and then you pass the stool. Now you got to pick up the stool. You're not allowed to leave the stool on the grass, or, if people see you do that, they'll report you to the police or something. You're not allowed to let your cat or dog pass stool, the dog to pass stool on the grass or on the concrete. You can be fined for that. Previously, people had dogs and cats, and they were passing stool all over the place. People would be walking down the street with their nice clean shoes, and all of a sudden they feel the stool that they just stepped on. And then they try and get rid of it by rubbing their foot on the concrete, but you never really can get rid of it. That's why they passed a rule that, if you have a dog and the dog passed the stool, you got to pick up the stool and take it away. You can't leave it. So what they do is they have these plastic things, and you put them upside down, and you pick the stool up, and then you put you put the thing back, and now you have the stool like that. Just see what they do. I mean, it's crazy, absolutely crazy. Okay, so any questions or comments? Any questions or comments? Yeah.
The text 60 says, like, under illusion you are declining to act under my instructions, but eventually you will act by the mode in which you are situated.
Yes.
So, Maharaj, our mode will always lead us to downfall.
To what?
To downfall. Will it always lead us to make mistakes? The mode in which we are situated.
You will not make mistakes if you follow the instructions of the spiritual master, especially Sarvadharmam Prityaja Mam Ekam Saranam Praja Aham Tvam Sarvapapebhyo Mokshishyami Ma Sucha. Abandon all varieties of religion and just surrender unto me, Krishna says. I shall deliver you from all sinful reactions. Do not fear. The Lord has described various kinds of knowledge and processes of religion, knowledge of the Supreme Brahman, knowledge of the Supersoul, knowledge of the different types of orders and statutes of social life, knowledge of the renounced order of life, knowledge of non-attachment, knowledge of sense and mind control and meditation, etc. He has described in so many ways different types of religion. Now, in summarizing Bhagavad Gita, the Lord says that Arjuna should give up all the processes that have been explained to him. He should simply surrender to Krishna. That surrender will save him from all kinds of sinful reactions, for the Lord personally promises to protect him. This is the most important thing to understand if you want to be a devotee. Let me read that again a little bit. The Lord has described various kinds of knowledge and processes of religion. Knowledge of the Supreme Brahman, knowledge of the supersoul, knowledge of the different types of orders and statues of social life, knowledge of the renounced order of life, knowledge of non-attachment, sense and mind control, meditation, etc. He has described in so many ways different types of religion. Now, in summarizing the Bhagavad Gita, the Lord says that Arjuna should give up all the processes that have been explained to him. He should simply surrender to Krishna. That surrender will save him from all kinds of sinful reactions, for the Lord personally promises to protect him. This is very important. The Lord personally promises to protect him. In the 7th chapter it was said that only one who has become free from all sinful reactions can take to the worship of Lord Krishna. Thus, one may think that unless he is free from all sinful reactions, he cannot take to the surrendering process. To such doubts, it is here said that even if one is not free from all sinful reactions, simply by the process of surrendering to Sri Krishna, he is automatically freed. There is no need of strenuous effort to free oneself from sinful reactions. One should unhesitatingly accept Krishna as the supreme savior of all living entities. With faith and love, one should surrender unto him. The process of surrender to Krishna is described in the Hari Bhakti Vilasa. That's almost my name. Anukulyasya sankalpa pratikulyasya varjanam rakshisyai titi vishvaso goptritve varanam tata atma niksepa karpanye sadvida saranam gati. According to the devotional process, one should simply accept such religious principles that will lead ultimately to the devotional service of the Lord. One may perform a particular occupational duty according to his position in the social order, but if by executing his duty one does not come to the point of Krishna consciousness, all his activities are in vain. Anything that does not lead to the perfectional stage of Krishna consciousness should be avoided. One should be confident that in all circumstances, Krishna will protect him from all difficulties. That's so important statement. Krishna will protect you from all difficulties. He's promising that right here. We're hearing it now. Krishna will protect you from all difficulties. In the 7th chapter, it was said that only one who has become free from all sinful reactions can take to the worship of Lord Krishna. Thus, one may think that unless he is free from all sinful reactions, he cannot take to the surrendering process. To such doubts, it is here said that even if one is not free from all sinful reactions, simply by the process of surrendering to Sri Krishna, he is automatically freed. There is no need of strenuous effort to free oneself from sinful reactions. One should unhesitatingly accept Krishna as the supreme savior of all living entities. With faith and love, one should surrender unto him. The process of surrender to Krishna is described in the Hari Bhakti Vilasa. Anukulyasya sankalpa pratikulyasya varjanam Raksisya ititi vishvasogo tritve varanam tata atma niksepa karpanye sadvida saranagati. According to the devotional process, one should simply accept such religious principles that will lead ultimately to the devotional service of the Lord. One may perform a particular occupational duty according to his position in the social order. But if by executing his duty one does not come to the point of Krishna consciousness, all his activities are in vain. Anything that does not lead to the perfectional stage of Krishna consciousness should be avoided. One should be confident that in all circumstances, Krishna will protect him from all difficulties. Krishna will protect him from all difficulties. There is no need of thinking how one should keep the body and soul together. Krishna will see to that. One should always think himself helpless and should consider Krishna the only basis for his progress in life. As soon as one seriously engages himself in devotional service to the Lord in full consciousness, at once he becomes freed from all contamination of material nature. There are different processes of religion and purificatory processes by cultivation of knowledge, meditation in the mystic yoga system, etc. But one who surrenders unto Krishna does not have to execute so many methods. That simple surrender unto Krishna will save him from unnecessarily wasting time. One can thus make all progress at once and be freed from all sinful reactions. One should be attracted by the beautiful vision of Krishna. His name is Krishna because he is all attractive. One who becomes attracted by the beautiful, all-powerful, omnipotent vision of Krishna is fortunate. There are different kinds of transcendentalists. Some of them are attached to the impersonal Brahman vision. Some of them are attracted by the supersoul feature, etc. But one who is attracted to the personal feature of the Supreme Personality of Godhead, Krishna, and above all, one who is attracted by the Supreme Personality of Godhead as Krishna himself, is the most perfect transcendentalist. In other words, devotional service to Krishna in full consciousness is the most confidential part of knowledge. And this is the essence of the whole Bhagavad Gita. Karma yogis, empiric philosophers, mystics, and devotees are all called transcendentalists. But one who is a pure devotee is the best of all. The particular words used here, ma sucha, don't fear, don't hesitate, don't worry, are very significant. One may be perplexed as to how one can give up all kinds of religious forms and simply surrender unto Krishna. But such worry is useless. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Okay, I think we'll stop right there and ask for some questions. Are there any questions anyone would like to ask after hearing all these things? Hare Krishna. Okay, so if there are no questions, then we will chant Hare Krishna a little bit and then get ready to go Very Bye. One question, okay.
Hare Krishna Maharaj.
Yeah.
In the middle of the purport, there is one line, Maharaj. It says, one should be confident that in all circumstances, Krishna will protect him from all difficulties.
Now you see, that is the ultimate promise that Krishna makes. He's giving you the gold standard protection with that statement. And if you actually accept that, then you become a devotee. And you'll be fearless, because you know Krishna is promising to protect you in all situations. Now you can't do something stupid or whimsical, but as long as you're following Krishna's instructions, he has promised you in that statement that he'll always protect his devotee. Right? Read the statement again.
One should be confident that in all circumstances, Krishna will protect him from all difficulties.
You see? That's the gold standard, protection. Nobody can give you that gold standard of protection. And if you believe it, then you will not be afraid of anything. You will not hesitate to be Krishna conscious, knowing that Krishna has promised to protect you. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama. We should get another big panel, and write this on that panel so everyone can see. Huh?
Which line we should write? This line?
What does it say there?
It says, one should be confident that in all circumstances, Krishna will protect him from all difficulties.
Okay, well, you don't have to go to big panel, but you should have some kind of a smaller panel that says that.
Okay.
And that's enough. That's enough. Krishna will protect you in all circumstances. If we believe that, then we become fearless and will not hesitate to engage in devotional service. Nobody else can make a statement like that. Huh?
No.
Nobody can make that statement. Krishna will protect you in all circumstances. Only Krishna can make that statement. And if we don't believe it, that means that we're really ignorant. We should believe that, and that way we can practice Krishna consciousness without any hesitation, doubt, or fear. Haribol. Okay, so I think we'll... What's that?
His birthday is there, so
It's your birthday.
blessings.
Oh, Hare Krishna. You didn't bring the cake.
On Sunday.
Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Jai Shri, wait a minute, put your table this. Jai Shri Krishna Bhagavan ki jai, Srila Prabhupada ki jai, Gaura Premanande, Haribo, Haribo, Haribo.